Well, we've assembled here on this beautiful day in Enniskillen to protest at the recent closure. It's not closed yet, but we got a letter to say that it was closing of the surgery in Roslea, and that the patients in the Roslea area have been told that they're going to have to travel to Lisnaskea for frontline medical services in our area, which is almost impossible for most of them. There is no bus service from Roslea to Lisnaskea. There's no suitable transport of any kind. A taxi would cost at least, starting at £20 for the round trip, wait around all day. This is just not workable, and these people have come here this morning to protest at that. We've got an elderly community and a very young community, and we have got, I think we're one of the highest rates of social deprivation in the north of Ireland, as has been shown by studies over the last 20 years.
I'm Dan Flynn, my wife Mary. We're both in our 80s. We've a handicapped daughter, which just 1 week ago had an illness, and we had a problem for to get, first of all, to get in touch with Lisnaskea, and then for to get there, it took us, I suppose, most of 3/4 of an hour by the time we got her into a car, which we were very, very weary about. The fact that none of us had any medical experience, you know, really and truly would have needed an ambulance, would have needed medical care for the mover from the house, you know, to the ambulance. But we got there. She did get all the medical attention that was needed, all right, but for the fact of getting there and the length it took us to get there, if she had been more serious, thank God she wasn't all that serious, but if she had been, God only knows what would have happened.
My name's Lorraine Bagan. I live 4 miles from Roslea. I myself have epilepsy. Couldn't drive for a while. Surgery would be a big miss. My daughter 15 years ago took meningococcal septicemia, only for the doctor in the town my daughter would be dead today. The Dr. Campbell gave her the adrenaline. It kept her alive until she got to Enniskillen. I have a second lassie. She has arthritis, very bad, suffers very badly with arthritis in her joints. We would need to see a doctor once to twice a week with her, and travelling up and down to Lisnaskea I couldn't do. So we need our doctors in Roslea.
And for somebody to take a heart attack or any kind of seizure, say 3 or 4 miles the other side, it's going to take an hour to get anywhere.
Well, I live 4 miles out of Roslea on the 5 mile road.
You live on your own?
I'm living alone. I would have a lot of difficulties now trying to contact any medical service that's away from Roslea. Roslea is very important to me.
My name's John McCluskey, and I live about 5 miles from Roslea. I'm a carer, looking after my brother Oliver, and he needs medical attention at certain times. So, apart from the family problem, the first thing that I have to say is very, very clear. I'm absolutely clear on this. Our politicians, all of them, all of the elected politicians, have let us totally down on this. We didn't know about this until we got a letter from the doctors a few days beforehand that it was closing.
Donald Coffey, Unite the Union, also Fermanagh Save Our Surgeries. There's a real issue here with GPs right across the county. About 6 months ago, the BMA had warned that of the 18 GP practices in Fermanagh, up to only 5 would be remaining within an 18-month period. 75% of GPs are potentially up to being closed in the next 18 months. This hasn't just come out of the blue. This is something going back up to 15 years. There's been an inadequate recruitment of doctors going back. This is an engineered crisis to enable a privatisation of the NHS. And what we're about is empowering local communities on a cross-community basis to demand local access to GP services that they need. The community in Roslea have mobilised. and we're standing right behind them. And other communities in Lisnaskea, Bridge, and communities may be affected by GP closures in the future, like Brookborough, like Newtown Butler in particular, who are already, I believe, likely to close as soon as we get a new building in Lisnaskea. There's also, but we stand behind those, and I believe that if we keep the pressure up, the trust and the politicians who have failed to deliver so far will have to actually deliver on services that's needed. It is possible. There has been successes in places like Portadown, where the trust have intervened in that area to provide GP services where they couldn't recruit a GP. That same model could be applied in Fermanagh.
The campaign is led by the committee here, and it has to be free of all political influence, as far as I'm concerned. We will continue this campaign until we get the surgery reopened in Roslea.